What's up guys, this is a quick video on if you can cut an Ikea desktop, tabletop or a worktop. So right guys, this is the actual tabletop or desktop from Ikea, and everybody's got the problem if you can cut it and make it fit into certain spaces. So I've actually cut mine and I will show you what it's made from and what leniencies we've got to get away with fitting it without taking the strength away from it. So first of all, I'm going to show you what it looks like inside. So like I said, this one I've actually cut already, and as you can see, it's hollow in the middle and it's got chipboard on the side here. So on the very end here you can see that there's a chipboard on its own with the laminate on it, which is stuck on it, and that's stuck all the way around on all the sides. That's the underneath of it. So basically we've got the laminate chipboard what comes up to here, and then we've got this separate chipboard what comes up to this point, and that's the same on both sides. So we have got leniencies to cut it on either side. On this side as well, the chipboard comes out up to so far as well. I've actually cut the other piece off, which I will show you. So right guys, I'll give you a measurement of what's available so you can get away with cutting it. So if you can see that there's about 14 centimeters from either side, which we've got a bit of a leniency to cut it and make it fit without getting stuck with the hollow side in the middle. So they've done the hollow side in the middle just to save costs and to save wood as well for the environment. So within it, if you can see here, basically this is the Ikea packaging what comes with this stuff, and basically it's the same as this inside it. So if I rip this open, if I can, that is, I can't actually rip it open, it's glued up pretty good. Oh, it's come off. So if you can see here, they've made little corns everywhere, and that basically puts the strength into it and makes it pretty rigid and strong. It's got a little bounce in it, but the strength is there. So that's what they've done in the middle. So it's not really weak or anything like that. It will handle the weight and everything. So basically that's what it looks like inside in the hollow bit, but a bigger version of this basically. So right guys, I'll show you my Ikea top, and I'll show you the cuts I'm going to make on it. And like I said, we will get away with so much on it, and I'll show you mine. But just remember, whenever you do make a cut, obviously you want that side to the wall, which is not shown afterwards. Against the wall at the back, if you're going to cut it, or on the side as well, it should be facing the wall, or else you're going to see this bit here. If you want to get around that bit, there is another way around it, and what you will do is, to strengthen it first of all, what you'll have to do is knock some of these pieces, these cardboard bits inside. Once you've knocked it back so far, you'll get a piece of wood what will fit into this gap, a thick piece of wood about so big, and you will glue it and tap it into here, and that will make it all rigid and strong over here. After that, you can get the laminate from any building merchants, laminate like that for kitchen worktops and stuff, and you can basically just glue it on here, 9 it on, and that will hide that. So right guys, I'll show you the worktop quickly now, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to cut off it. So right guys, this is my desktop which I'm cutting, and I'll do my best to get everything in. So this is the side I've cut off the other side, and this is going to go against the wall, so this is not going to get noticed. This is going to get totally covered. So that's going on the side of the wall, and the back bit's going to go against the main wall itself. So I've actually got to do another cut, and I don't know if it's coming in fully, but I'm going to do a cut there and cut there all the way across there. So this bit is the chipboard up to here, so it should be totally fine. And then once I push it to the wall, it should be all right. So I've marked it up, I'm ready to cut it. There is going to be slight gaps against the wall, because you can't cut them completely perfect, because walls are not completely square. You just do the best you can. And if there's any gaps, I'm just going to cork it in around the sides. I want to fit it to the next to the wall if there's any gaps. So right guys, that's the next cut I'm going to do, and I will show you once I've cut it, and I'll show you what it looks like. But I have measured up and I've made sure that this is all going to be in the chipboard. The little bits on either side are totally fine, it's just this bit here, but I've measured up, it comes a lot further. So that should be fine to cut all that out. So right guys, I'm going to do that next, and I'll show you what that looks like. So right guys, I've actually cut the worktop now, and I was presuming that there was wood going all the way across on the back of it and on the front of it as well. I'm not too sure about the front of it, but I know the back of it where I've cut it, because I've got I won't call it a chimney breast, but I've got a pillar what I have to go around with the desktop fits in between. So that's the reason why I've had to cut it in the middle. But I did presume there were chipboard going all the way across, you know, like the worktop on the side what I showed you earlier. This is the actual side of it, and I was presuming that it'd be this length going all the way across there, but it isn't. So what they have done is, and what I have worked out, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to start stripping these pieces off. So you can see on the back of here, this is the chipboard, and you can see the side here. So it wasn't going all the way across like I thought. So I'm just going to put that down there, and I'm going to take this piece off as well, and you can see on the back of here as well, it's only up to so thick on the back of it as well. And here I've only taken a little slither off, so I've been alright here. So here we've got chipboard all the way across here. So right, yeah, I had to cut this middle bit out as well. And I'll take a step back and you can see what it looks like now. So basically, like I said, I was presuming that there was a chipboard going all the way across, but what can I say? There was, but it wasn't as thick as I presumed it would be on the side. So what they've done actually here, I'm going to see if I can do a diagram after and stick it on to show you how it was, where the thick pieces were. But what I worked out from the side here, and I don't know if you can see that around the side, I've not cut this side at all. So from here all the way up to 23 centimeters, I think it's about here somewhere. I've written it on the side here. It's solid chipboard all the way across down here. And then what happens after that is they've got a thin layer of chipboard going all the way across. It's actually thicker than that. I can show it on this piece here. So on this piece here you can see the thickness of it. So I'd just say that's like less than an inch, so 2/3 of an inch thick. So yeah, it turns into that thickness all the way across the back. So it's not here anymore, but that's what it is. Less than an inch all the way across the top until you get to the sides again. And it's the same on the other side. It's 23 centimeters across. It's got pure chipboard all the way across. So the reason why they've done that is when you attach the worktop, they've got screw holes on the back, I don't know if I'm going to get this in, but I'll try. So here there's some holes, 2 holes on the top, 2 holes on the bottom. So they've made sure that there's a pure chipboard all the way across up to about here, so you can screw into it. So right, I'm going to have a look if this fits in my spot where I wanted to fit it, and if it does fit, I'm going to continue and put the strength back into this worktop again. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to tap these bits of cardboard inside a little bit, here, on the sides here, over here. This bit's alright because it's got a solid bit through the middle, so it does have a solid bit through the middle here. Like I said, I will do a diagram and show you all that, where they actually put the solid pieces inside. So here I'm going to knock all this in, and all the way up to here I'm going to knock that in as well. And then once I've knocked it in a bit, what I will do is I'm going to try to use the original pieces. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to get this piece here, and this piece I'm going to slot it in between here and here. But before I do that, I'll have to strip this piece. So I'll have to strip this piece, just making sure I can get this in. And I'm going to take the top laminate off, the bottom laminate. I'm going to take all these cardboards off, and then I'll only be left with the chipboard, which should be a perfect size to slot it into this gap here. So as you can see, that is the original piece from here, so that should slot straight back in, and same with the other side. And what I'll do is I'll slightly glue them, and I'll put that inside. So I'm going to do that next. So I've started stripping it from here, but I'm going to use my chisel and see if I can dissect it and strip it off and fit them in. So right, I'm going to do that next, and I'll show you what it looks like once I've done it.
Indoors too, the Indian capital routinely tops the list of the world's most polluted capitals. 20 students from a university in Bangladesh, the was beaten to death by other students and found dead on the staircase of the school. Protests across campuses in Bangladesh. Next, we're talking about actress Sienna, who said this today about some missing. We very nearly ruined my life. Certainly seen after she agreed to a payout by the newspaper over claims they hacked her phone to get details about a pregnancy. The owners of the paper settled the claims without admitting responsibility. In New Zealand, smoking should be completely phased out. A new law is expected next year, which will ban cigarettes being sold to anyone who's born after 2008. Aisha Berra works in health for the government there. As they age, they and future generations will never legally be able to purchase.
So right guys, I've stripped the laminate off them pieces of wood. Well, I've done it off one piece of wood so far. So the laminate was stuck on like this. That was the bottom piece, and that was the top piece, and it was sandwiched together like so. So what I've done is I've stripped that piece off, I've stripped that bottom piece off, I've took all the cardboard bits from the centre of it, so it's all cleaned off. The only thing I have left is the laminate on the other side. So it doesn't make a difference if you strip this off or not. Nobody's going to really see it once it's slotted in. All I need to do is cut this into 2 pieces, and then I can fit it into that piece of wood there. So I'm quickly going to show you how I'm going to slot it in. So right, so I've left the laminate here on the top. Right. So what we're going to do is we're going to fit it on the top of here and wedge it in between the 2 bits of laminates and force it in. So let me see if I can get this in. So So you can see it there sticking up. But what we're going to do is we're going to push it down onto the cardboard and force the cardboard down and force this in. So basically it's going to start going in like that. I'm not going to tap it all in. Like I said, I need to cut it off there so it can fit in between there, and then I can fit the other piece on the other side, and then I can glue them in. But you can see how it's starting to go in. It's going to slot in, and that will put the strength back into the edge here, and it'll stop that from breaking. And yeah, we're going to do this side, and then we're going to do this side with that piece. And I've still got to do the top piece there. I've got to put a piece of wood in there, and I'll see if I can do the sides as well down here. So right guys, that's what I'm at. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut this piece so it slots into here, and this piece, and fit them into place so we can see what they look like next. So right, I'm going to do that now, and then I'll show you what stage we're on next. So right guys, before I put the wood in it to support it, I'm going to see if it fits into its place where it needs to be. I'm just going to see if it fits in there. So right guys, it looks like it's not a bad fit at all. There's little gaps, but I can cope that. There's a bit more of a gap there, but yeah, I can put some silicone down there. But yeah, it fits pretty well. I can get back to supporting it now with them pieces of wood. I'm really happy with that. I'm really happy with that. Could have done a little bit better here, but I don't think I would have slotted it in if I would have. So right, we're going to get back to supporting the bits what we've cut off. So right guys, I've cleaned them bits up now, and I've cut them to the right sizes, and I'm about to fit them in. But before I fit them in, I want to quickly show you what they look like. So basically what I've done here, this is the piece what's going to go along the middle there, and there's a piece of wood in the middle there, if you can see that bit. So what I've done is I've cut that section out here, and I've left the laminate on here. So the laminate's on the other side, as you can see. So I'm going to glue that down and stick that down eventually. Like I said, it's not important really, nobody's going to see the laminate side, it's just I thought I'd just do it. Same with the other side over here, it's got a piece of wood on the end of it. So I've taken the wood off and left the laminate there. So right, I'm going to attach them pieces, but before I attach them, I want to quickly show you what it looks like when it's open. I did show you originally the other piece, the Ikea packing, but as you can see it's very similar inside. It's just loads of hexagons inside which give it strength. It's all cardboard, but that's basically what it is, and you can see all the glue on it as well. I don't know if that's coming through, but it's just basically just glued down like that. Right, we'll get back to putting these on. So I'm just going to be careful with this piece here, because I don't want it to split. And we're just going to basically turn it over. I'm just going to put that on top for a second. So as you can see here, just slot it in and just push it down. And this end over here, I'm just going to push that in. As you can see that bit slotted in, I'm just going to do the other side as well. Just going to give it a little bit of a tap. So right, as you can see, that's all gone down nicely. I just could do with gluing it really. So once it's glued down, it'll sit down a lot better. I'm just going to put this other piece on now. That goes on over here. So right, that piece is back on here now, and that'll put the strength back into it as well. Right, I'm happy with it there for now. So as you can see, it's all sitting down really well. And basically just needs gluing. Once it's glued down, it'll stay down good and proper. The only thing I need to do now is support this side here, and same with the other side there. So from these offcuts, that was one of the pieces. I don't know if I can use that piece. Probably can. It's a bit short here, but I can use it on this other side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim a bit off, and then I'm going to push that into place, and same with the other one. I'm going to do the same thing there. I'm going to slot that piece in and glue all these bits in basically. But yeah, so that's what stage I'm at now, and you can see it all coming together now. And I'll show you the next step once I've cut the two pieces, and I'll fit it back into place. So right guys, I've fitted in the filler pieces now and put the strength back into the worktop. So just have a quick look at it. So you can see it there. I've supported it there, so it's all solid here. I'll put the filler piece in here as well. And I've managed to save the laminate and use that. Not that you'll see it anyway at the back, but I thought there's no point taking it off. I might as well leave it. It didn't glue down too well over here. I could have done a better job of that. But other than that, I've got a filler piece in here, and I've put a filler piece in the other side as well here with the laminate, which has turned out alright. So right guys, the only thing left to do now is to see if it fits. So that's what we're going to do now. So right guys, the moment of truth. I'm going to see if it fits now. It might have become a little bit tight with the extra pieces and the laminate. It is a bit tight now. So right guys, I'm quite happy with that. It's fit really well. It's not a bad fit at all. Just apart from here, where the wall itself, it's got a little bow in it. But apart from that, I could have done that a little bit better, but I'm happy with it overall. It's a really good fit. The only thing I need to do now is cut the skirting boards back, and once I've cut them back I can push the drawers back so it'll sit right underneath. But other than that, I'm really happy with that. So if you wanted to know, can you cut an IKEA tabletop or a worktop to fit? You can, if you support it the way I've supported it myself. So all this here now, it's all supported all the way across here, like I showed you with the wood. It's all supported all the way. So that's really good. That the only bit I didn't support was a little bit here in the middle, and I might just do that after, but I thought it's not too bad because it's supported by this underneath it, so I shan't have any problems with that. If somebody was to stand on it or anything like that, it's not going to break. But right guys, yeah, I'm happy with that. So right guys, I hope this helps somebody out who's thinking about cutting their IKEA tabletop, desktop, worktop, whatever it is, and it just gives you a heads up before you cut it so you know what's inside it. So right guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe.